we're gonna start seated, I think.
Okay.
Yeah, start seated. So you can sit on a chair if you want to as well. That's always an option. Okay. So, well, I guess that's it for today. Wow. That's okay. Doesn't matter to me.
Apparently she said there's a luncheon in Malta.
Oh,
That's probably why
there we
most
go.
people
There we
went
go.
there.
Yeah. That makes a difference. So structuring, that does make a difference.
I'm sorry?
Yeah.
You'll go in.
Yeah, you're doing that, yeah.
Okay, it gets easier.
Yeah, the more you practice, things do
gets
end up getting easier.
Really?
As you create space in your muscles and your joints and things like
Sometimes
that.
it's sore, like,
Yeah.
I have a problem, and it's okay.
Yeah. That's what I mean.
Is it?
Okay, so let's just get comfortable, and we'll start by just maybe closing your eyes or creating the soft gaze. If you want to lie down to start with, you can, but we will be starting to sit up afterwards. So wherever you are is totally fine. Okay, and just start to connect to yourself. So that might mean letting go of whatever you brought into your room, brought into your practice onto your mat. And just take some time to center yourself, set an intention, and connect to yourself. So considering how you're feeling, what kind of emotions and thoughts are moving through your body, what kinds of sensations might be moving throughout your body, the way that you're breathing, if you can notice yourself breathing, if you notice your heart beating. Anything else that might be coming up for you, whatever it may be. Let's start to fill up our bodies through our nose, breathing in through the nose. Feeling maybe the flare of your nostrils, the coolness of the air moving into the body. And then as you exhale out, you're welcome to either exhale out through the nose or through the mouth. You'll feel different, so you can play around and do both. Well, one at a time, right? And do that again. This time, as you breathe in, fill yourself up and expand your body a little bit. And as you exhale, breathe out either through the nose or through the mouth. Feel that warmth coming out. And then go ahead and do that again. And as you really bring your awareness to your breath, you might notice different things as you're breathing. You might notice different sensations wherever you're settled in your body. Okay, and this time when you breathe in, let's give our arms a little stretch. Let's bring them up wherever you are. Just stretch them out, wiggle your fingers around. Don't worry about how high the arms are. And then just bring them down. And then do that again. Inhale, lift them up. Maybe they go up a little higher this time. Don't force them. Okay, we're not trying to force anything. Just make sure you're breathing and then bring those arms all the way down. However you feel like you want to bring them down. If they can be in front of your body or to the side. And then let's do that one more time. Bring your arms all the way up. Big stretch. Good. And then relax all the way down. Okay, and let's just do a little shake in the hands, wiggle the fingers, maybe do some wrist circles here. It's getting into like massaging. You know how you knead dough? Do that. Like that. I know this is not really how you knead dough, but pretend it is. It's getting into, and see, just doing that gets into the fingers and the hands, the wrists, the forearms, the elbows, the arms and the shoulders, maybe even in your chest and your back. You should be able to feel that. Okay, and then let's shake everything out again. And then just relax the arms and the shoulders. And then we'll just take a moment just to move your head from left to right. Don't force it. Just feeling that movement through the spine, through the neck, through your upper chest and shoulders. Okay, and then bring your head back to center, and you're just going to tilt the chin, lift it up, and bring it, tuck it back down. So no matter where you are, you should be able to do this. Just lifting the chin up and tucking it back down. Let's just do that a couple more times. And then bring your head back to center. You're going to tilt your head one ear over towards one shoulder. Don't force it. It won't go very far. Okay, you're going to feel some things happening in the neck down into the shoulder area. Bring the head back to center and then move the head over to the other side. You might notice that one side feels way better or can go further than one side. Okay, bring it back to center and then tilt it ear to shoulder. And bring it back. And then one more time on the other side. Good. And bring it back. Okay. Bring those shoulders up towards your ears. And then just bring them down. Up towards the ears, slide them up. And slide them down. One more time, slide them up. And slide them down. And then just wiggle those shoulders around. Good. Okay. So now we just want access to the feet, so you can sit however you want, but maybe probably not like that. You can stretch your legs out. You can still keep lying down. You can still lie down. All we're going to do is our feet. So we're just going to wiggle the toes around. Just wiggle the toes. Yeah, you can sit. You can lie down, whatever you feel better doing. And then you're going to start to just turn your foot from side to side. So the toes are going to turn in and the toes are going to turn out. Don't force it. Just turn them in, turn them out, turn them in, turn them out. Just feeling that movement in through the ankle and that movement all the way up into the shin. Okay, a couple more times. You might even feel this in the knee or the hips. Probably feel it in the hips too. Okay, and then shake out the feet and then point and flex the feet. So you're going to point the toes and flex the toes. Point and flex. Point and flex. Point the toes and flex the toes. Point the toes and flex the toes. Okay, and then we'll do circles with the ankles. You might have to lift up your foot a little bit and just do some ankle circles. Going one direction, you can always hold up with your hands if you need to, and the other direction. And then relax that foot, change feet, one direction, and then the other direction. If you crack. It happens. Yeah, and then shake out your feet. Both at the same time or one at a time, doesn't matter. Just shake, 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 shake. Good. Good. And now, no matter where you are, you can be lying down, you can be seated on the ground, you can be seated in a chair, you can even be standing up if you want to. We're just going to do a side bend. So you can keep your hands either by your heart, you can bring them up above your head, and we're just going to side bend. So you can do it on the ground too, just side bend. Good. And then come back to center and side bend. So this can be done like when you're in bed too, you know. And come back through center. One more time over to the other side, side bend. Make sure you keep breathing. Bring yourself back to center and side bend. Good. And come back through center. Good. Now, okay, we're gonna stand up. So use a wall, use a chair, use whatever you need. Doesn't matter. Those are good just to practice getting up and down off the ground like we were talking about before. So you can have the chair in front of you and hold on to the chair. And we'll just get situated and balanced. And I'll be back in just a second. Do you want to be standing on here? Or do you want to stand on the ground? No, on the ground. Yeah, okay. So we're just gonna go back because we're gonna put the chair up on the mat.
Easier on it now.
It is easier on the ground. You're correct for that. So you don't have to be standing on your mat if you don't want to. Sometimes you can ground yourself a little bit more without the mat, but you do you, whatever you're gonna do, okay? So stand up nice and tall. You can hold on if you need to, but just stand up tall into your mountain pose, your Tadasana. Okay, you can keep your eyes open. If you feel really good and balanced here, you can close your eyes. Okay, you want to think about pressing all 10 toes into the ground and the middle of your heel into the ground. The mound underneath the big toe and the mound underneath the little toe. Okay. Just take some time to, Gary, you can close the window if you want to. You don't need it open.
There's too many watts there.
Okay.
I mean, you're
Yeah. Okay, this is taking some time just to get yourself centered and breathe. And so many people like this is a pose, it's mountain pose. So when you think about this pose, it's a pose of strength. And you know, you think of a mountain, a craggy mountain, like the ones kind of like we have here. They're actually soft and rolling because they're kind of old. But then you know, you look at you know, over in BC and Alberta, those are newer mountains, the Rocky Mountains, and they're a little bit more pointed, but they're very majestic. Mountains are majestic. Okay. So this is not just a pose about, I mean, we stand all the time, right? We stand around, but this is with awareness now. We're being aware of how we're standing with our posture, with our feet pressing into the ground, stacking our joints one on top of another, and engaging our muscles to keep ourselves upright. Okay, we want to also feel that we're lengthening through our spine so the tailbone is pressing downwards. And then the crown of the head is lifting upwards. So trying to grow ourselves a little bit taller. You know, gravity pushes us down. So we want to reverse that if possible. Gain a few centimeters if we can. Okay, our knees do not need to be locked. Okay, so they can be a slight bend there. And we can play around because you might feel yourself kind of rocking forward and back and side to side a little bit. And you can keep that motion. In fact, you can do it a little bit more, intentionally rock forward and back, forward and back. If you need to, again, hold on to something. And then side to side. And being as present as you can with what is happening in your body and what you're noticing. Gary, if you would feel more comfortable, maybe move over somewhere else.
I'm going to.
Okay. We'll just take a few more moments standing here and noticing. This is one of these poses that you can come into at any time. So whenever you're standing, pause yourself for a moment and just notice your posture, how you're energized, how you're standing, how you're balanced on both feet. Okay. Take a couple more breaths here. You can reach your fingertips down to the ground as well, creating a little bit more muscular contraction. You can pull the belly button in a little bit more towards your spine, creating some strong engagement in your core. And then on your next breath, we're going to reach those arms all the way back up. Just as high as you can. Okay, and then either bringing your hands to your heart or holding on to your chair. And then we're just going to bend into the knees just a little bit. And then we're going to straighten out, up, and we're going to bring the arms up. Okay, hands again together to the heart or hold on to your chair and bend into the knees. And you can decide how far down you go. Okay, lift up, reach up, hands again together, either down to the heart or hold onto your chair and go down. So just notice as we're doing this, we're going to do this a couple more times. If your toes are lifting up, if your heels are lifting up, how far down are you bending? If your tailbone is reaching back, if you have a sway in the back or not, if your belly is lowering down, just notice all these things. We want to have complete control. Okay, we want to make sure that we're breathing. I'm going to do this 2 more times, and you can go down as far as you can go down, and then push yourself all the way up. You should feel those muscles working. Okay, let's do that 1 more time. We go down as far as we can go down into this squat, and then push into the ground. Oh, good. Everyone is so nice and strong here. And lift up. No, I do not want to. Sorry about that, everybody. What's going on? Can you hear me? Thumbs up if you can hear me. Okay, good. Technology, you know? I'm not a huge fan. Yeah, I really, ugh. Anyway. It's good and it's not good, whatever. Okay, so we're gonna do some a little bit more balancing on one foot now. So bring the arms all the way back up. Hands to the heart if you can, or place them onto your chair. And we're just gonna lift up one foot, place it down, and then lift up the other foot, place it down. Don't worry about how high the leg is. I mean, if you want to bring that knee all the way up, go for it, okay? But you don't have to bring it up that high. You can just lift up, hover, and bring it back down, okay? So entirely up to you how you want to do this. You can hold on to the chair for stability, and maybe your knee can come up a little bit more. Okay. Try to stay as upright as you can. If you find you're going crunching into a ball, that means you've gone too far, okay? So just go to where you can go. Okay, so hands either here or onto your chair or the wall. And you can play around with how high that knee might come. And bring it down. It really helps to focus on one thing and not allow the mind to wander or the eyes wandering. So focus on one thing. Take a break when it gets to be too much, when you need a break, because we're really using a lot of muscles here to go from side to side. Okay, let's maybe do one or two more, and then we'll come back to that mountain pose. Okay, and then we'll pause and breathe and notice how that was. Maybe even touch your heart and notice if your heart is beating and if you feel yourself better be beating. So I hope it's beating. I hope it's beating. Oh my goodness, why does it do that? It just kicked me back out again. Okay, there we go. Okay, so yeah, so just notice how you're feeling. What muscles, you might be able to determine which muscles you've used. Okay, so now we're gonna bring one foot a little bit in front of the other foot. So we're just gonna take a little step forward, just a little step forward with that right foot, and maybe bring the left foot back a little bit. Okay, not much, not much. Okay, and you can adjust this later on if you need to. Okay, so you're either holding on to the chair or your hands are, oh, sorry, at your heart. Okay, either way, if you want to put your arms up here, go for it. Okay, so we're gonna rock forwards and back. So we're gonna go forwards and maybe your toes, back toes lift up off the ground. And then you're gonna bring that foot back down, and then the front foot is gonna come up. I know, there's a lot here. So you can hold on, and your toes don't have to come up off the ground. You just feel that rocking motion back and forth. So you can leave your heel on the ground. Is that just that transition, that change from one position into the other position? Okay, so once you get comfortable with that, you decide what works best for you. Okay, then you can maybe be a little bit more courageous and lift up the leg a little bit more. And really just focus. Maybe you can lift up your arms too as you go up. And maybe the arms go back down. So, I mean, just play around with this. There's no rules here. The rule is breathe, actually. Make sure you're breathing. And just make sure you're connecting with each foot. Okay, that's really important. So you might need to slow it down until you really engage your foot, then lift up. So I'm just showing you a lot of options. You decide what works best for you, because we might just keep the feet on the ground as we move from place to place, okay? Make sure you're breathing. Okay. And then I think we're gonna give these legs a break, and we're going to just stop and come back to our mountain pose. And just again, take a moment. Breathe. Okay. Before we get on to the other side, let's do a little bit of shaking. Shake. You're gonna keep both feet on the ground, but you can shake. Shake, shake, shake. Wiggle yourself all over the place. Shake yourself around. Breathe. Notice. Okay. And then come back to your mountain pose for a moment. And we'll do the other side. Okay, so we're just gonna take our left foot and just bring it a little bit more forward and the right leg a little bit more back. And again, we can play again with the distance later if you want to. If you want to widen that, that's totally fine. Okay, so they're either your hands are at your heart or at the chair to begin with, and then you can do whatever you like, okay? And then we're just gonna move forwards and back. So however you want to do it, just move forwards and back, and maybe you just keep your feet on the ground to begin with. Because again, this side is going to be different. You might have more mobility here, you might find more balance here. But focus on something that's not moving. That will really help you. And then once this will be a little bit more comfortable, then you can explore how high that foot might go. And again, we don't have to rush it. Maybe the front foot wants to lift up, but maybe the back foot just does not want to. And that's fine. And then when you get a little bit more comfortable, maybe the arms move up or they do something else. How, whatever, it doesn't matter. Play around with it. Pause when you need to. Take a break when you need to. Just playing with your balance. And you might be thinking, well, I'm not gonna ever use this. Oh, yes, you do. Notice how many times you're in one of these positions in your day. Reaching for something or stepping on top of something, lifting up your foot to step onto a step, right? I mean, there's so many different things that we do in our day that we're shifting the weight forward and back or side to side, doing all these different movements that we do. No putting our socks on if you do it that way. Maybe even just toweling off your foot after getting out of the shower or the bathtub. I mean, there's all these different things that when we practice them and we really bring awareness to them, they get easier. So that's more of a habitual into our whole psyche so that it becomes natural and we don't have to worry about if we're gonna fall or trip. Okay, and then taking a break whenever you need to, and then when you've had enough, we'll bring these feet down and we'll bring the feet together and we'll stand in our mountain pose for a couple of moments. Just checking in on our breath, checking in on how we're feeling, breathing. And then we can do a little bit of shaking. Shake, 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 shake. If you want to lift up your feet, playing around with the balance that you just figured out you had. Shake everything out. Good. Okay, so this next one, we're gonna play around with our balance a little bit more. We're just gonna heel toe. So your hands can be wherever. You can hold on to something. You can have your hands at your heart. They can be on your waist. They can just be down by your sides. Okay, we're just going to keep heel toe the feet. So just hold on and just see how far you can go. We're not trying to do the splits. Okay, we're not. And then bring yourself back. And you might have to just do 1 foot at a time. That's totally fine. 1 foot at a time is totally fine. Okay. Are you okay, Ashlyn? Do you need some help with that?
No, it's done. She's
Okay.
done.
This is push the okay, go down. There we go. There you go. So just playing around with that, maybe 1 foot at a time. Try to keep your shoulders soft. Don't overthink it. Or if you can, do both feet at a time. But 1 foot at a time is totally fine. Bend into your knees. Do 1 at a time. That's totally good. This is using a lot of muscles. We're using our inner thighs. We're using our outer thighs, our abductors. We're using our core. We're using our hips. We're using our knee. We're using our ankles. We're using our feet. We're using a lot. Yes. Whenever you need to take a break, take a break. Make sure you're breathing too, okay? Don't hold your breath. It's so often we forget to breathe when we're doing something. Okay. And then when you've had enough, stop for a moment again, take a breath. I mean, I feel sensations throughout my legs. So I'm sure everybody else does too, right? And not even the legs, I feel it in my hips, my buttocks. Yeah. Okay, let's take a couple breaths. Okay, and then we're gonna bend back into the knees again, just a little bit. Those darn wasps. I think we need to get someone to come and do some fumigating. Bend into the knees and straighten them up. Bend into the knees and straighten them up. A couple more times. Okay, now we're gonna do a little bit of a flow. So we're gonna bend into the knees. If you can do it with your hands at your heart, or you can hold onto the chair. Then we're gonna lift up, reach your arms up, and then open up the arms, bend into the knees again, but this time we're gonna reach down towards the toes. You can reach down to your chair if you want to. Don't worry about how high, low you can go. If you can reach towards your toes, great. If you can touch your toes, even better, but you don't need to, okay? And then bend into your knees a little bit more and then lift yourself all the way back up. Reach your arms out because that opens up the armpits and the chest. Reach all the way up. We're going to do that again. Hands to the heart. Bend into the knees. Do your little squat. Then come all the way back up. Open up the arms. Elbows can be bent. You're bending into the knees to reach forwards. Maybe you touch your toes. Maybe you don't. Maybe you just go as far as your chair. Maybe you don't. Doesn't matter. Come all the way back up, press into your feet, lift yourself up, give yourself a stretch. Exhale, bring your hands towards your heart. We're gonna do that one more time. We're gonna squat down, bend into the knees, getting nice strong legs here. Push yourself all the way back up and forward bend all the way down. And then push into your feet, bend your knees, and bring yourself all the way back up. And we're gonna kind of stop in our mountain pose, our Tadasana. And again, take a moment. Eyes can be open or closed. Up to you. Breathe. You might feel yourself, swaying a little bit side to side. It's okay. Always looking for balance. Body's always searching for that balance. Breathe, check yourself out. Okay, we're going to heel to our feet again, apart. Just apart a little bit. Okay, about hip width, maybe a little bit wider than hip width. Hold on to the chair if you need to. Bend into the knees a little bit. Okay. We're going to bring the arms all the way up. And we're going to twist over towards that right side. Twist as far as you can go and then bring those arms all the way down. Okay, maybe your head and your eyes go a little bit more, but don't force it. Okay, so we're grounded through both legs. Knees are a little bit bent. Okay, going to come back up through center with the arms. Reach up. Back to your center. And then we'll twist over towards that left side. As far as you can go, bring the arms down. Okay, we're not going to be totally twisted as much, your body's only going to go as far as it wants to go, but you can move your head a little bit more. You might move your eyes just a little bit more. Make sure you're breathing. Okay, we'll come back through center, arms reach up. Good. And then bring your arms all the way down. And then we're going to heel toe the feet back together. And take a moment. Breathe, breathe, breathe. Okay, I'm going to do that one more time. Heel toe the feet again. This is wide as you're comfortable. Good. Root down through those feet, bend into the knees a little bit, just enough so you feel really stable where you are. Then bring those arms all the way up. And then we'll twist towards that right side again. Relax the arms down. Maybe you move your head and eyes a little bit more. Just try to feel really grounded through both feet. And try to stay up as tall as you can. And make sure that you're breathing. Okay, let's inhale, bring those arms all the way back up. Come back to your center. Take a moment and then turn towards that left side. Bring the arms down, don't force it. Find stability here where you are. Then maybe your head and eyes go a little bit more. If you feel balanced. If you don't, then don't move your head and eyes more. Keep your shoulders down. Okay. And then on your inhale, bring those arms all the way up and we'll come all the way back through center. And bring the arms down and then we'll heel toe our feet back together. That, we'll just take a moment here. Okay. So we're gonna do a cow and cat. So you can hold on to your chair if you've got a chair. You can come down onto your hands and knees if you want to, or you can just stay standing like I'm going to do, bending into your knees, placing your hands on your thighs. But you can do whatever serves you. Can even sit in your chair if you want to. Okay, so I'm just gonna turn to the side here. So we're going to lift up the tailbone, belly's gonna go forwards, heart's gonna reach forwards or down. And your shoulder blades are gonna come kind of together and you're gonna lift up your chin, that's your cow. Then you're gonna push and then lift up your back, your tailbone's gonna drop. And your head's gonna drop, that's your cat. And we're just gonna keep on moving, just going as far as you can. So again, we can do this, you know, pretty much 3 different ways. You on the ground, using the chair, standing up, whatever serves you the best. And it's just moving that spine around. So maybe releasing any strain anywhere. And let's see if we can do 2 more of those. And then we're gonna come into a downward dog. So option is downward dog on the floor, using a chair or using the wall, okay? So if you're on the ground, you just plant your hands down, lift up your hips. If you can use the chair too, you can use the chair too. I'm actually gonna grab a chair. So I can show you this one. So you're gonna either hold on to the seat of the chair or the seat or the back of the chair. So you're like this, and then you're gonna walk your feet back. This is your downward dog. Can you do it again? Yep, so you're like this, or you're like this. You can hold on to the chair, back of the chair, and you're just walking your feet back. And then stretching back. Knees are bent, so you're just lengthening through your back. Okay. And you can come in and out of this pose. So you can bring your knees down if you're on the ground, or you can walk back, stand up, and then maybe go back down again. So again, you can hold on to the back of the chair or the seat of the chair. The back of the chair keeps you up a little bit higher. Just bend into your knees. This will help to support your back. Okay. I'm just gonna reach back, and you can walk as far back as you're comfortable. Okay, but do keep a little bit of a bend in your knees and make sure you plant your feet. Okay, or you can hold on to the seat of the chair. And you can come in and out of this pose as much as you need to. So in this, this is pretty much a full body stretch, but you can create it so wherever you want to stretch out, maybe you want to stretch out through your buttocks, Then you just push your hips a little bit further and you're gonna stretch out through there. If you walk a little bit further away, you're gonna stretch out through your shoulders and your upper back and your upper chest. But just be playful and explore, but be fully aware. Heels do not need to be onto the ground if you don't have access to that. So that will be your ankles and your lower leg. So entirely up to you. And then when you've had enough, take some time to rest. Don't come up too slowly, too fast. Yeah. Then we're gonna make ourselves way all the way down. So if you're not already on the ground, either seated in a chair, or sit on the ground. Okay. So either or. Either or. In a chair, on the ground, your choice. Okay, so we're gonna sit up nice and tall as much as we can. Okay, and we're just gonna focus on one leg at a time. We're gonna stretch that leg out. Oh, darn. We're just gonna stretch our leg out. So you can just stretch it out. If you wiggle, if you're on a chair, you can wiggle to the front of the chair a little bit more to stretch the leg out. You can keep your heel on the ground or you can lift the leg up. But if you lift the leg up, just make sure that you're not rounding through your back. Like we don't want to be like this, okay? So it's better just to be like this. So just stretch out that leg. Okay. Just take a moment, maybe you lift it up a little bit. It's totally fine. You can hold on to the chair if that serves you better. Just make sure you're sitting up tall. If you feel if you're on the ground that you're curving kind of like this a little bit, then you can sit on a knee pad. That will help to tilt the pelvis. A towel will help as well too if you don't have a knee pad at home. Okay, so you just sit on the very edge of it and then you tilt forwards and it'll just help to lengthen the spine. Yeah, it helps a lot, doesn't it? Yeah. Okay. And then let's switch legs. So just gonna, if you're already sitting seated down, you can either just stretch out the other leg or you can just focus on that other leg. Okay. And it doesn't matter which leg you're doing. And stretch it out. Maybe you lift it up a little bit. Make sure you're breathing. Doesn't mean that you don't have to lift it up. You can just stretch it out. But make sure you're breathing. Very important. And then bring that leg back, take a moment, and then we're gonna do both legs at the same time. So we're gonna reach out both legs. You might have, if you're on the chair, you might have to hold on to the chair. You're sitting up nice and tall. Maybe you can lift up your legs, have to sit back further. And maybe you can lift up your both legs. And maybe you can lift up both legs when you're sitting on the ground. Maybe, maybe not, doesn't matter. You might just be able to lift up your heels. It's different. It takes a lot of core straight. Yeah. Okay. Shake it out. Shake it out. Shake it out. Shake it out. Okay. We need to release those hip flexors. So what we're gonna do is people that are seated on the ground, you're gonna come into a fetal position on your right side. So if you're on the ground, fetal position. If you're on the chair, we're doing something else. On the chair, you're gonna walk over to the right side of the chair, okay? And you're going to extend your right leg back. Okay. So if you're on the ground, that top leg is just gonna go back behind you. Okay. Yeah. So you can catch that foot with your hand if you want to, or just bring the leg back behind you. You don't have to hold on to the foot. If you're seated in a chair, we're not holding onto the foot. We're just bringing that leg back, and you should feel a little bit of a stretch through your quad and through your hip flexors. Okay. I'm just gonna breathe here. So that's where the
cramp in the hamstring.
yes, and sometimes. So then you bring the leg forward to release it, and then gently bring that leg back behind you again. Yeah, and you're just gonna feel just a gentle stretching through this area. Okay. Breathe. You can come in and out of it as much as you need to. Okay. And then we'll do the other side. So when you're ready, if you're on the ground, you're gonna roll over onto the other side. If you're on a chair, you're gonna wiggle yourself over towards the left side. And you're gonna bring your left leg back. Well, this leg's gonna feel different, so if you're lying down in that fetal position, the top leg is just gonna go back behind you. You can catch that foot with your hand if you want to. You don't have to, you can just bring that leg back. So the leg's just going back, okay? And so you're gonna feel a little bit of opening. So I don't even have to catch my leg at all. I can feel the stretching through the quad, through the open up through the armpit. Not the armpit. The flexors.
Pretty good.
Touch the ground or there?
It's entirely up to you, whatever feels better. No. So if your toes are, if you're sitting in a chair, your toes are not tucked, like under, like reaching, so the toes reaching back, that's just gonna open up your ankle a little bit more, which is not a bad thing, but it might be too intense for some people. So you might wanna curl your toes, but then again, that can be intense for some people. So you have to play around with it and maybe just change it up, okay? So you should feel some mild releasing happening in that leg that's going back. Okay. And then we're gonna bring ourselves back to our center. And if you're on the ground, you can stay on the ground. If you're on a chair, you can stay on the chair. Okay, so you're gonna move onto your back if you're on the ground. You're gonna bend into your knees. Okay, so the knees are going to float from side to side. If you're in a chair, you're not gonna float your knees, you're gonna float your body. So we're just gonna twist side to side. If you wanna do that, you can do that.
I think that sounds good.
Yeah, it's really good, yeah. So if you're on a chair, you're gonna just do your body, your upper body. If you're on the ground, you're gonna do your knees from side to side. Okay. And feel free to, once you are on the into your twist, feel free to just stay there for a moment. Whether the knees come down. And when you're in your twist, notice where you're hanging on. Where are you gripping? Where can you soften a little bit? I found I was holding on through my buttocks and my knees. So see if you can relax those. And again, you don't have to go very far. Yes, it feels really good, doesn't it? So once you're in that twist, just see if you can relax a little bit. Take a breath or two before coming out of the twist and then going over to the other side. And just notice where you might be hanging on. Spend a couple more moments here. So just going back and forth. And then whenever you've had enough of all of that, you can bring yourself back to your center, but take your time, okay? But when you've had enough, bring yourself back to your center and then settle yourself into your Savasana, but only when you're ready. So if you're on the ground, you're gonna maybe stretch yourself out, maybe you keep your knees bent and the knees fall towards each other. If you're on the chair, you can lean back into your chair. You can stretch your legs out if you want to, or you can keep your knees bent. Whatever feels the best in your body. So do whatever you need to do to feel relaxed And just relax your arms wherever they can be. They can be on your body or they can be onto like on your sides. You can close your eyes or create a soft gaze. All you have to do is relax, stay present, and observe your breath. Just relax. Savasana. One of the most difficult poses, but really actually the most important one of them all. Learning how to release and relax. Sometimes called wakeful sleep because you're kind of going into that realm of sleep, but you are still very, very present with what is happening around you and within you. So we allow your breath to deepen. Taking a nice big breath in and a nice big breath out. Bring awareness back to yourself. Doing another check-in with yourself. Noticing how you're feeling physically, emotionally, mentally. And then create some movements into your body, wiggling fingers, wiggling your toes. Maybe gently moving your head from side to side. Give yourself a nice little stretch. Lengthen through your legs, lengthen through your torso, lengthen through your arms. And And give yourself a hug if that feels good too. And then we'll bring ourselves up into a comfortable seat. Getting yourself comfortable, however that may be. This time you can sit however you like. Take a moment and center yourself again. You can close your eyes or soft gaze. You can bring your hands wherever they feel comfortable. On your lap, maybe one hand at your heart, one hand at your belly, whatever feels the best. And do another little check-in with yourself. Watch your breath going in and out through your body a couple times. Try to sit up as tall as you can. And then take some time to reflect on your practice. Return to your intentions or practice today. And just reflect on all the things that we did today, what you notice, what you're feeling, what you're noticing in your body. What kind of thoughts were present for you in your practice? How many times your mind jumped out the window and went and did something else or told you a story so that you had to go and jump out the window with your mind. It happens. It happens all the time. It's fine. And it's fine if it happens. You just have to notice it and bring it back. And that takes practice. Okay, and then on your next breath, bring your hands together by your heart, bow your head into those hands, and give yourself some gratitude. Feeling grateful. What are you feeling grateful for in this moment? It can be absolutely anything. And then send that gratitude out towards yourself. Feel grateful for who you are, what you do, what you have. Feeling grateful for all that there is. I'm feeling grateful for sharing this practice with each one of us, sharing that energy that's present in this room today. And even out there into the cyberspace. Okay, and then we'll finish with Om. So take a breath in through the nose. Side out. Breathe in for Om. Doesn't matter, you just do it as long as you can. Namaste.
Namaste.
Thank you. Practicing Om is actually really good because it is a vibration through your body, and that actually helps to settle your rest and digest sympathetic nervous system, or parasympathetic, I should say, and it just gets you into that. So humming, singing, oming, really good for the vagus nerve, for your whole well-being. Okay, it doesn't matter how long that it is, how long it lasts. With practice, it gets longer. And then sometimes, it doesn't, and that's okay. Doesn't matter.
So I found it beautiful that the sound.
The sound is lovely,
Yes.
especially when there's a lot of people.
It came from here, was the radio.
Oh, everyone was doing it. Everyone was doing it. Yeah, it's a beautiful sound, and it's a sound that is it's in us. That sound is represented in ourselves. It's also represented in the solar system. So it's bringing ourselves back to our origin. Yeah. Okay, well, thank you, everybody.
Everybody.
I will be sending out the recording as soon as I get it. and you can practice it on your own. There's a lot of recordings through the YouTube, Arundel Legion YouTube site. There's so many classes, because I've taught a lot of classes and they've all been recorded, they're on there. So there's probably at least 100, at least.